everybody is having a great first couple of days of the year. And one of our goals with your Thrive Thursdays and your wellness work and your self-care work was, let's start off the year with one of my favorite books, The Four Agreements, by Ron Miguel Ruiz, and kind of talk about how can this apply to your work life and your life outside of work. So the one thing I love about the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. It's also, and when I think about that, I was like, that's a powerful, powerful quote, because I think the one cool thing about it is it always brings us awareness of how we speak to others, how we speak in integrity, how do we just, words are always powerful and it holds a lot of energy, and our communication is the one thing that makes us special as beings on this earth. So one of the things I want to, just take a moment before we start our practice is to, and I know you were sent this yesterday, but just choose one of the actions that you want to apply this week when you think about being impeccable with your word. If you are speaking with integrity and you're continuing to do that, do that. If you have a hard time being upfront and you want to challenge yourself with certain things, do that. Don't speak out against others, avoiding gossip, so on and so forth. And sometimes that's easy when you have those conversations around the water cooler that you're like, okay, did you hear this? Did you hear that? Blah, 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 blah. It just becomes negative talk and creates what I call a little bit of telephone. Share honestly and with good intentions. And then one of the final things that I know I sometimes challenge with, because sometimes it's triggering, but to speak with compassion, and speaking with compassion and kindness without judging and removing fault with others. And how can this start to apply in the workplace, with your teams, with your colleagues, and if you're a leader, even if you are leading a staff, your staff, and with these actions. So let's get started. I'm going to stop sharing. You can get into your chair. We're going to do a little bit of chair yellow, and we're going to actually move a little as well by standing. So we're going to take those actual action items and kind of put them into our meditation a little bit. And you can kind of just say this to yourself. So as we work on our throat chakra, and the color for that area in the energy is blue. And so the one thing around your throat and the energy is, how do we speak our truth? And some of these action items, I think we can start to meditate on before we move a little bit. So get yourself in a comfortable seated position. Keep your feet about 2 fists apart, because that is hips width apart. You're going to bring your hands to prayer, or to palms together, thumbs into your chest, and you're going to bring your chin to your chest. And just start to breathe into your belly and keep your chin pressed into your chest, and you'll start to feel some energy in your throat. And as you exhale, just let it exhale out through your nose. You may even feel a little bit of a buzzing. So continue to inhale, keep your eyes closed. Chin is compressed to your throat, and exhale. So inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale it out. And continue to do a couple of rounds of that. Sit in your silence. As you continue to sit in silence, you can speak these 4 action items around being impeccable with your word. The first one is, I choose to speak with integrity and compassion. I choose to speak with integrity and compassion. I choose not to speak out against others. I do not speak out against others. I choose to share honestly and with good intentions. I choose to share honestly and with good intentions. I choose to be upfront. I choose to be upfront. Start to lift your chin off your chest. Release your arms up to the sky, reaching your fingertips up, and act like someone is really pulling your arms out of their shoulder sockets. So your arms are starting to get in line with your ears. And as you exhale, start to bring your arms out like cactus arms. So your biceps are parallel. Both of your arms look like 2 right triangles facing each other. Exhale, you're going to bring your palms out, and your palms are going to face actually down. So flip your palms down. Good. And as you flip your left palm up, you're going to look over your right shoulder. Good. And as you flip your right palm down, you're going to look over your left shoulder. Try to keep your shoulders stable, and the only thing you're really flipping is your palms and your neck. So we're going to kind of do these action items, just actually kind of continue this movement. You may feel some sensations in your shoulders. Try to relax your shoulders. And this time you want to feel like your arms are being pulled like a tug of war, right? So you're getting pulled east and west. Good. Continue to just bring that right arm, as your palm goes up, you look at the opposite hand, the palm facing down. This last round, you're going to end looking over to your left. Good. Exhale, lift both palms up and bring your palms together. Good. And then exhale, bring them back out to cactus arms. Good. Inhale, bring your arms back up. Exhale, out to cactus arms. Inhale, arms up this time. Good. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down and bring them onto your kneecaps. Good. You're going to inhale, you're going to lift your right arm up, bringing it in line with your right ear. Good. And then exhale, just lean over, stretching that right side body finding an arch on your left and feeling the pull. Keep that right sits bone down. Sometimes like if it's lifting up, press it back down. Good, inhale, bring it back to center. Good, exhale, this time you're going to turn and twist. Keep your left hand on your left kneecap, and you're going to just grab the back of your chair, looking over your right shoulder. It's an open twist. Good, as you look over your right shoulder, you're going to look over your left shoulder. Remain twisted. Good, look back over your right shoulder. Good, and then look back over your left shoulder. Last one, look over your right shoulder. Good, and then inhale, bring your arms back up to the sky. Good, and then exhale, bring your right hand down and bring your left hand behind you, going into that open twist. Again, you can bring your hand on the back of your chair. You can also just bring it to the bottom of your chair to kind of help pull and open up that twist. Or even if you can grab the outside of the chair to the right hand side of the chair. But your left hand is grabbing the back as you come into that open twist. You're looking over your left shoulder. Good, and then you're going to stay twisted and look over your right shoulder. Good, and then look over your left. And then look over your right. And then look to your left. Last one, right. Good, and then to your left. Good, inhale, exhale, bring your arms back up. Good, forgot this, bring your right hand back down to your right leg, and then you're gonna lean over to your left, stretching your left side body. Breathe into it. See if you're holding any tension anywhere. Nice. Take a breath here. Good. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Good. This time you're going to interlock your fingers. Good. And you're going to flip your palms outward, right? And bring them parallel to your thighs. And this time you're going to bring your chin to your chest. Again, as we press into our throat, creating that energy. Hollow out the belly, bring your belly button in, tuck your tailbone, and just feel as the spine creates space in between each vertebrae. Good, inhale, start to lift up, straightening your back. Good, arms come in line with your ears. Good, exhale, hollow out the belly, chin to chest. Really reach those palms forward in front of you. Good, exhale, bring it all the way back up. Good, let's do that one more time. Hollow out the belly, think of your cat spine, right? Chin to chest. Your belly's hollowed out or kind of turned to the right so you can see everything is it feels like it's collapsing. We have a little bit of a humpback. Good. And you're going to inhale, bring it all the way back up. Nice. Good. This time you're going to bring your arms all the way back down. Good. And inhale, just take a moment here. See what your shoulders feel like. See if your back, we kind of took our back east, west, north, and south. Good. You're going to inhale this time, lift your arms up. Good. And then exhale, you're going to fold over. You're going to keep your hands in prayer. You're going to release that prayer and you're going to wrap your hands around the backs of your, you can either bring your hands under your heels. You can lift your heels and slide those fingertips under your heels. or you can just grab the backs of your ankles or your shins, depending on your range of motion. So when I say grab the back of your heels, you can lift your heels and just bring them here. Good. You're going to inhale, look up. Good. And then exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Maybe your forehead touches your knees. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Pull it in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, just pull it in. Good. This time, good. You're going to inhale, bring both hands onto the floor. And this time you're going to just straighten both legs. Try to keep your torso and thighs together, right? Try to keep your torso and thighs together. This time we're out of the chair. You're going to bring your hands down to the floor, or if you can't, you can bring your hands on your shins. Good. You're going to inhale, straighten your back, look forward, hands on shins. Good. You're going to exhale, bend your knees, and then you're going to grab your arms around your thighs, or you can bring your arms back along your actual, the back of your legs. So whatever's comfortable for you, you're going to act like you're sitting back into the chair. Torso and thighs are touching. And then exhale, you're going to start to straighten your legs. Keep your torso and thigh touching as much as possible. So if your torso and thigh come apart, start to bend those knees so the torso and thighs can stay together, right? So we're stretching the back of our body. Good. Act like you're sitting back into that chair. You may not you may not hit the chair. Good. And one more time, straighten the legs. Good. Release your hands. Good. And then just roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. It's not a rush. Chin is the last thing coming up. Good. And then take a moment and just see where your body is right now. So maybe roll your shoulders back. And then roll them forward. Good. And then let's start to sit back into our chair. We're on the edge of our chair this time. This time we're just going to work on some chair warriors. So you're going to inhale, bring your arms up. Good. You're going to exhale, you're going to start to straighten out the right leg. So press the right leg and straighten out straight in front of you. You're going to lift your big toes. Going to lift your big toes and then bring your big toe down, your middle toe down, your third toe, pinky toe, and so on and so forth. You want to press those into the mat. You're going to bend the knee, bend that right knee, and this time you're going to straighten your left leg, right? This is what we call chair warrior, right? Just to open up our hips. So you're going to inhale, bring your arms together, and then exhale, bring it out into what we call warrior two. Your palms are facing down. So you've been here before, but we just didn't have our legs in place, right? So you're going to inhale, you're going to flip your right palm up, and then you're just going to lean back, coming into our peaceful warrior. We're still in our chair. Good. Exhale, bring it back to center. And then this time we're going to bring your right hand down, palm is facing up. Lean over and bring your left arm in line with your ear. This is your side ankle. Breathe into it. Try to get your torso to stack so everything is in alignment. So if you're feeling things, if you're feeling sensations that you've never felt before, just breathe through it. It may be a little bit uncomfortable. That's okay. Yep. Inhale, bring it back to center. Good. And then exhale, come back out into your warrior two. So with warrior two, you want to look behind you, look at your left hand, look at your right hand. They should be at 6 and 12 o'clock. Good. Inhale, bring your palms together. Good. And then exhale, bring it back down. You're going to turn your right foot inward. You're going to turn your left foot pointing towards the left side of the room. You're going to straighten your right leg and you're going to lift those left toes and then just bring each toe down one by one as you press all four corners of that left foot into the mat. You can straighten the left leg a little bit. If you're in a rolling chair, it's cool. If you're not in a rolling chair, if you're in a stable chair, that's fine. Good. And then you're going to start to bend your left knee. Good. And then you're going to lift your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bring them all the way down. Breathe into it. Good. Really straighten that back right leg and even press the edge of that right foot into the floor. I'm on my mat because I just wanted some traction. But if you have your shoes on, so on and so forth, it may feel a little bit weird. You may want to take off your shoes, but if not, you can keep your shoes on. But really press. You want to feel your feet ground into the mat or ground into the floor. Good. You're going to flip your left palm up and then just lean back, stretching the left side body. Breathe into it. We're still in our chair. And the cool thing, this is really how low you should be if you have a regular practice in your warrior two. You see how parallel my thigh is almost to the mat? That's kind of where you want to be. Good. Exhale, flip it over and come into your side angle. Breathe into it for 3. Breathe into it for 2. Make sure you're stacking your rib cage. Sometimes we want to roll our way down, facing towards the ground. You want to start to bring everything in alignment. As your rib cage stacks, your arm is hopefully in line with your ear. Even if it's not, you just use the breath and eventually it'll start to open up. Good. Inhale, exhale, start to come back up. Arms are back into your warrior two. Take a breath here. Breathe into it for 3. For 2. Beautiful for 1. Inhale. Straighten your left leg and heel toe your feet back out in front of you, hips width apart. Right? Good. Inhale, beautiful. Exhale. So we're going to do just kind of sit there. This is kind of our mountain pose. I call it our mountain chair. Right? Everything is all in alignment. We're going to do some hip openers and then we'll start to take it down. So inhale, you're going to stretch your right leg out. Good. If you have capabilities, you're going to bring your right foot onto the top of your left kneecap. Now, if this is too much, you can also just bring it down onto the mat and just cross your right foot over your left, right? Or if you can't do that, you can always straighten the leg. If it's too much and just let it slide down your calf. But if you can do bent knee, that's going to give you a little bit more to open up these hips. So I always say hips hold a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, and we sit like this. We sit in these chairs all day. And you can just do this at your chair. So you're going to inhale if you're at your desk and you're just like, oh my God, my hips are feeling it. I had a really rough day, and they usually either settle on our shoulders or hips. So you're going to reach up. You're going to bring your chin to your chest, right? Again, to kind of just compress your throat chakra and then just lean over, coming into a forward fold. Let your arms hang. You want to go a little bit more intense. You can bring your hands together into prayer and let everything surrender. Maybe your forehead touches your calf, maybe not. Maybe your hands can go down to the mat And if you can get even deeper into that fold, just breathe into it. I kind of like to sit here. This is a little peaceful. I just close my eyes and just let my thoughts. And this is a time that you can reiterate what we said at the beginning of class, right? I choose to speak with integrity and compassion. I choose to not speak harmfully of others. I choose to be upfront and I choose to share honestly and with compassion. Take a breath here. Good. Release your hands. Come all the way up. Good. Release that leg, stretch it out. You can even make circles, right? Good. And then bring it all the way down. Let's do the other side again. You can straighten the leg. You can bring it down like that if that's where you can be. If you can bend your knee, it opens it up a little bit more. Keep your foot flexed to just protect your knee. So if you have tight hips, it's fine. Again, like I said, the modification is straight leg and just start to allow that foot to either go on top of your ankle, your shin, or your kneecap. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale again, fold over. One side may be a little bit tighter than the other. This is my tight side, my left side. So I just breathe into it. I may even stay in this a little bit longer than one side, just to kind of get them aligned. Again, I can bring my hands to prayer, look up, and then as you exhale, start to surrender. Maybe your forehead touches the shin, maybe not. Continue to breathe into it. For 3. Keep that foot flexed for 2. And 1. Nice. Inhale, exhale, start to straighten that leg out. Maybe make circles. If you're feeling it, you can keep the leg straight and make circles. Release. Nice, good. And then we're going to start to make our way into our actual Savasana. So you're going to flex both feet. You're going to lean, bring your sits bones close to the front of the chair. Bring your palms to face up if you have arms on your chair. Good. Let your head just lay on the back of your chair. If you don't have arms, you can always bring your hands onto your thighs facing down. And then just release. You can relax your toes. If not, if you don't have arms, you could also bring your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. And just start to quiet your mind. Reflect on your intention for these last 30 minutes. The focus intention was to be impeccable with your word. What action item can you put into place this week for yourself? Whatever that is, live it, be it, and allow it to transcend into your daily life. Start to wiggle your fingers. Start to wiggle your toes. Bring your feet back onto the mat, bend your knees or onto the ground. Start to lift up or slide to the back of your chair this time. Palms are facing up so you can be in a space of receiving. Take a moment to honor yourself for taking this time to get here. Even though you probably are just carving time out to show up. I'll say half of the battle is just showing up. As we continue to explore the four agreements for this first month of 2023, take a moment to just reflect or write. What do you need for yourself daily? And even if it's not daily, put your intention to what you want to do and how you want to move in the space that you live in, the space that you work in, and the people that you choose to be around. Bring your hands to heart center. And thank you. Thank you, everybody. I hope that went well.
Thanks, Natalie. I put in the chat the exit ticket, the survey. So if you have a few moments, please fill it out and let us know your feedback. That was the first time I've done Warrior 2 and Peaceful Warrior in a chair. So
how was it?
That was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Trish. I will see Derek. I think it's Derek next week. So he will be here. And I hope to see more of you guys next week. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Natalie. Have a good day, everyone.